Before I get this video started, I would like to give a special thank you to the guys down at Toyota of Corvallis for allowing me to come down and review the 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. If you're interested in a new Tacoma or any of the other fantastic Toyota models, be sure to hit them up and they'll be happy to get you into your new vehicle.
What's going on? This is Big G from RYDIN and welcome to another episode of Testing Rides. Today, I'm going to be testing out the 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. Welcome to the 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. The Tacoma is the most popular of the small trucks, and they've been selling about 200,000 of these things per year for the last 13 or 14 years, or maybe even longer. Even though they've been selling about 200,000 of these trucks per year, as years have come by, there are a lot more new upgraded small pickup trucks in this class, like the Colorado. That came out back in 2016, and now with the new Ranger coming out, and with the third generation of the Toyota Tacoma, they had to step up the game. And for the third generation, they definitely did. So for the third generation of the Toyota Tacoma, they added some features like the Tacomas never had before, like stuff like the rest of the Toyota models had, like push button start, the Toyota Safety Sense Plus. That's why you see the E badge on the front of the grille there. And also for the first time, the Toyota Tacoma got a power sliding sunroof, which is pretty nice. It add a lot of the modern features that the rest of the Toyotas have. But one cool thing about the Toyota Tacoma is there is a Tacoma no matter what budget you're looking for a vehicle. So the base Tacoma starts at low 20s or something like that, and goes all the way up to $40,000-$50,000 ish, from the base model extended cab with two-wheel drive all the way up to the TRD Pro, which is the top of the line. This one here is kind of in the middle to the top of the range of the Tacoma lineup. So this one comes standard with the 3.5 liter Camry V6, making 278 horsepower and 265 foot-pounds of torque. Since this is a truck and it is four-wheel drive, it does weigh about just under 4,500 pounds. Due to the 4,500 pounds, this truck only gets about 18 in the city and 22 out on the highway, and that's due to this is a truck, and this does still have the kind of the old school 6-speed automatic transmission, which I think at this point it's time for them to update that to an 8-speed transmission, kind of what the rest of the market is doing.
We talk about how much this 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road costs. Let's talk about a little bit what makes this the off-road package. So, this vehicle does come with smaller wheels and meatier, more all-terrain tires. This also comes with quad control, which is basically like Toyota's version of cruise control for the off-road. It modulates both the accelerator and the brakes for you when you're going off-road, so you can just focus on where you're going. Also, this truck doesn't have the front valence, so you can get very good approach and departure angles. And also you got the awesome looking black fender flares just to make this thing look like a tough off-road machine. So how much does the 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road cost? So typically this truck starts at about $36,000 because this is the 4-door, 4-wheel drive with the short box. But this one has the technology package with options, which adds blind spot monitoring, rear parking assist, rear cross traffic alert, and a trifold tunnel cover. Even though this truck does not have it on it right now, it will come with it when you buy it. So with that package, it adds about $1,400 to the price, which makes this vehicle just under $38,000. So this Toyota Tacoma is priced very well because this Tacoma makes it so you don't have to choose between buying the small truck or the bigger truck. You can get a Tundra for just under $38,000, but it's not going to have very many options. So it's really nice that Toyota priced this truck like this, so you don't have to choose which one you're going to get.
So before we take this vehicle out on the road and take a look at the interior, let's take a look around the truck to see what makes this thing a TRD off-road. This is the grille that is only exclusive to the TRD models. So both the TRD Sport and the TRD Off-Road come with this grille, and of course the TRD Pro comes with a different unique grille that is only unique to that truck. So also you get the nice TRD wheels with the Meteor tires around there. It comes in this beautiful Calvary blue paint, which I really like a lot. If I was gonna buy a Tacoma, this would be the paint that I would get. And also you have the TRD 4x4 off-road decals in the back, which looks pretty nice. And you kind of got like the similar body colored bumper here on the back. You got Tacoma stamped into the bed right there, which looks pretty awesome. And then you got the Toyota that's built into the handle right there. So all right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the bed, because there's some cool stuff back here too. You gotta love that, the soft open bed. So really cool thing, this bed does have a liner that comes with it. You have kind of a rail system there and some tie downs here. And this is the 5-foot bed, I believe. This is the short bed of the two. So what's really cool here is you got a normal plug that I didn't know that these even came with that. That's pretty awesome. And also you got a little storage box right there, which is pretty cool. So since this is a TRD off-road, it does come with the push button starter. So this does have the comfort access only on the driver's side. You know, typical Toyota fashion, little notches on the side there. And there's the interior of the Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road. Let's go ahead and hop in and see what it's looking like inside. Welcome to the interior of the 2019 TRD off-road. And when you hop into this truck, it feels just like your average Toyota vehicle in here, but except it's a truck. So what exactly does that mean? Everything is laid out pretty easily. Like you got about 4 knobs here in the center here. You got 4 knobs here in the center that control your 4-wheel drive, your climate control, and then you got your heated mirror button. Down there you have your blind spot monitoring, your power, your parking sensor off. Got the little window that opens in the back. And also pretty cool, this one has wireless charging, which is really nice. Let's see if we can get this thing, get it to work. And it's wirelessly charging my phone now, which is pretty awesome. What I like too about this vehicle is it has these nice big cup holders that can fit some pretty big drinks in here, probably about, you know, like a large drink from McDonald's or something like that. Also here in the center, it has like has more cup holders, which is pretty nice. And I like kind of how the shifter is a little bit raised up from the floor. So if we come back over here to the driver's side, everything kind of you touch and you feel, it feels a little hard and plasticky, but this is a truck. So this car does not need to be soft touch and everything like that. Everything feels nice enough. Stuff where you're touching the most, where like Toyota, instead of having the whole entire door panel covered in soft stuff, it only has it where you rest your arm, which is pretty nice. The steering wheel feels pretty nice leather wrap steering wheel here. I like Toyota's steering wheel design. It's pretty simple, it's pretty easy to use, especially I like the truck ones. Here in this little screen in the center here, you have all your information, like all your off-road stuff. You got your pitch and roll and distance to empty and just all the basic stuff that you would find in modern vehicles, which is pretty cool. Let's scroll through this menu, tire pressures, and then pitch and roll, and then the information for like radar cruise control and lane keep assist off and all that. The gauges are pretty clear and laid out pretty well. Everything's really simple in this truck. Toyota's infotainment system is laid out pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it wouldn't kill them to add Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to it, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. Like, it's easy to use, like Bluetooth navigation, all your basics that you would expect from a nearly $40,000 truck. Also, what's really cool about this one, since this is a TRD model, I'm gonna take you guys off the window here for a second. This has the crawl controls. So if you look up there, you can go from crawl, and then you got your differential lock button there, which is pretty nice. And in order to turn that on, you definitely have to switch to 4 low. But this is kind of your off-road kit that you get in the interior in the truck to make it do very well off-road. But besides that, the interior of this truck is really nice. It's laid out pretty well. It's pretty comfortable. Like, I got a decent amount of headroom. Only thing I'm missing is the sunroof, of course, just because I didn't want to wait too long to get my hands on this truck. But, you know, headroom is good. I'm pretty comfortable in this truck. You guys know I'm a big guy, over 6 feet tall, over 350 pounds, and this truck is pretty comfortable, just as comfortable as any of the other, you know, trucks this size. So, with that said, let's go ahead and take this out on the road. All right, welcome to the driving portion of the 2019 Toyota Tacoma TRD Off-Road. So when you first hop on the road, the first thing you notice is this thing rides like a truck. So what does that mean? So it rides a little bit bouncy, but that's because this is the off-road suspension. So the kind of the bouncier road manners makes it for way more comfortable when you get off-road. So I'm not going to complain about that too much. So how does this thing drive on the road? So it's really quiet, like, you know, for a $40,000 truck, like a truck, like, and the kind of the smaller of the two, it's pretty quiet. It's pretty refined. Like, the engine is decently powerful at 278 horsepower. It goes a little bit, which is pretty nice. The last Tacoma that I've driven was like a 2012 or 11 or something like that, and I gotta admit it was pretty slow. So with the addition of kind of this Camry V6 was definitely a great addition to this truck for sure. Like, steering is pretty nice. It's truck steering, so it's not nothing like sporty or nothing like that, but it rides and drives nice. One thing that I'm noticing is, you guys know I'm a big dude, I'm over 6 feet tall and over 350 pounds, is I have a lot of room in this thing. Like, there's plenty of shoulder room, plenty of headroom. Like, I wouldn't be sitting on top of my passenger like that or nothing if I had somebody in here with me. The back seat is a little bit small, but you know, most people sit a little bit further close to the steering wheel than I do, because you guys know I'm a big dude. But if you are, you know, if you're a little shorter than I am, you probably be able to get people in the back seat just fine. I do like that this model here has the premium package on it. I talked about that earlier. So this does have blind spot monitoring, but really this truck doesn't have, the visibility of this truck is pretty good. You look all around you and you can see out of all the windows pretty well. The only thing that I do not like, which happens in a lot of cars that have that are a little bit boxier and have lower roofs, is the rearview mirror is kind of right in my line of sight. I mean, I have that same problem in my own car, my GTI, but that's just due to kind of the way a lot of cars are designed nowadays. So, like, what is there to like about this truck? Well, it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. It has a nice commanding view because it sits up higher because it's a truck. And the kind of the fit and finish of the interior, even though it's not like luxurious, it's a very nice place to spend some time. Like, and these seats are pretty comfortable, I gotta admit. I wish the headrest went up a little higher for me, but besides that, you know, this truck is pretty comfortable. I wish I could take this thing off-road, but since this is a dealership vehicle and it's for sale, I cannot do that, unfortunately. But maybe one of these days, I'll get a chance to do that. So last year, I drove the 2018 Chevy Colorado LT, which is pretty close to the price of this one, I believe. I think that truck, actually, no, that truck was a little bit less. But I drove it last year, and how's this compared to that truck? Well, because this one has the upgraded suspension, this truck rides a little bit bouncier than that one. And for me personally, I think the Chevy is a little bit more comfortable because it has a little bit more headroom and the seats go down a little bit lower. But as terms of fit and finish, I think the Toyota is still a little bit better, just because they've been doing this truck for so long. And when you buy this vehicle, you know that you'll be able to trust it for the long haul versus only being able to own the vehicle for a shorter amount of time. So I honestly think that the Toyota is definitely a good choice. If you want a better deal on a truck, I would say go for the Chevy. But if you want something that's going to last you way longer, definitely go for the Toyota. The Nissan Frontier is another one of those trucks that'll last you for a while, but it's just too old school. Like, it doesn't have any of the modern features that this has, like the adaptive cruise control, push button starter, anything like that. And the Honda Ridgeline is a cool little truck too, but that's basically a Honda Pilot with a bed. So if you want, I mean, that truck basically is just like a crossover truck, which I'm surprised there's not more of those out right now, because crossover is so hot, and make a crossover truck, I think that is sell well. But this and between this and the Chevy, if you're looking at a small truck, those are the two trucks I would consider. This will last longer, and this is going to hold money way better, even though you're going to pay a little bit more for less features. But the Chevy is going to be cheaper initially, but kind of lose a lot of its money, and it's not going to last as long. I know the new Colorado is a pretty reliable truck, but it's no match for the reliability of a Toyota Tacoma. And that's kind of, you know, if you're looking at a Toyota Tacoma, you're only looking at a Toyota Tacoma. not like all the small trucks. And I honestly like this truck a lot more than I thought I would. I'm not really a Toyota Tacoma person, but I really like this. It's comfortable, it's easy to drive. Turning radius is pretty good. The ride is pretty decent. I can see out of the vehicle pretty well. It comes with some good standard features. Like my favorite is adaptive cruise control standard on this vehicle, because it's all Toyota products got the adaptive. All Toyota's got the Toyota Safety Sense Plus, which is really nice. You don't have to even option that, and most trucks in this class don't even have that as an option. So that's another cool thing. But honestly, this is a good truck, and if you're looking for a small truck, you definitely should take a look at the Toyota Tacoma, no matter if that's kind of the base model or the top of the line TRD Pro. Hopefully I'll get a chance to review one of those at some point. But for now, this TRD off-road is a very good truck, and I highly recommend it. So if you're looking for a comfortable, reliable, and a truck that's gonna hold value very well, you definitely should take a look at a 2019 Toyota Tacoma. Whether that is a TRD Sport, TRD Off-Road, SR5, any of them, you can't go wrong with getting a Tacoma. So if you like this video, hit me with the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and keep riding me. Thanks for watching.